Hello Miss Proctor's Phonics group, I hope you had a really good game of Beat the Detective. It's one of our favourite games to play in class, isn't it? And we do get quite competitive. So today we are recapping some of the really tricky words that we have been learning recently. Do any of you recognise the tricky word on screen? Now remember, if it's tricky we take photos of it with our pretend cameras, don't we? It's the tricky word little. Little. And the tricky part is the "e" at the end, because we can't hear that when we're saying the word little. Little. Let's see if we can read little as part of this sentence. Here it is, little cat ran across the road. The little cat ran across the road. And there it is, the second word, that tricky word, little. Okay, how about this tricky word? Does anybody recognise this one? It's the tricky word, some. Some. And it has two tricky parts. The O is making an U sound, and we can't hear this E on the end either in the tricky word, some. Some. Now remember, if it's tricky, we can't use our phonics to read and write all of the word. We have to remember what it looks like, so we use our cameras to take photos of the word. Let's have a go at reading some as part of a sentence. Oh, it's right at the beginning this time. Some cats like, another tricky word, fish. Some cats like fish. I know Miss Lydon's naughty black cat likes to eat fish. Some, here is the tricky word. Some, it's right at the beginning, so it's starting with a capital letter, which could make it look a little bit different to this one. We always start our sentences with a capital letter, don't we? Some. Okay, what about this tricky word? Does anybody remember it? It's the tricky word, out. Out. Now we have learned to write out using this grapheme, the O and the W. So we can't use this grapheme that we've already learnt already to read this tricky word, out, because in this word the O and the U are making the OW sound. Out. Out. Okay, let's have a go at reading out as part of a sentence. We went, oh here it is, out to the shops. We went out to the shops, and there is out in the middle. We went out to the shops. Okay, and our last tricky word that we're recapping today, does anyone recognise this word? It's the word there. There. Now lots of parts of this word are tricking us, we know th, but this at the end, the e and the and the e are making the air sound. We know the air grapheme that looks like this, don't we? But we can't use that here in this word, so it's a tricky word, there. Let's read there as part of a sentence. There, another tricky word, are lots of pigs. There are lots of pigs on the farm. There are lots of pigs on the farm. And the tricky word was at the start of the sentence, so it looks a little bit different again because it's got a capital T. At the beginning we always start a sentence with a capital T. There. Okay, now we're going to play a game of bingo. So here are our bingo words today. They're all tricky words that we have been learning recently. We've got the word like, were, do, some, out, there, said, and so. So you're going to draw a bingo board, and I want you to put 6 boxes in it. So you need to draw a big rectangle like this. I'll have a go. Ooh. Mine's a little bit wobbly, but it doesn't matter, it still works, doesn't it? And we're going to draw 2 lines. So we're going to draw 1 line there, 1 line there, so 2 lines going down, and then 1 line going across the middle. And then we're going to do it again because we need somebody to play bingo against. So we're going to draw another board and we're going to write words in each of the boxes. So I could write do, maybe said, and think I'll choose out, and were, and like, and some. Okay, and then you have to do that 2 times, put in different words in different places, and then you need to write each of these tricky words on a piece of paper and put them in a bag or something that you can pick them out of and have a game of bingo. When you've done that, come back and join this video to find out what we'll do at the end. Okay, we're going to finish off with reading some tricky words as part of a sentence. So get your reading glasses on, press pause and have a go at reading this sentence, and then come back and we'll have a go together. Okay, did you have a go? Right, now we're starting off with one of our tricky words here. There, another one. Are, and another one. Some, all tricky words. There are some. Big, sweets, sweets. There are some big sweets in the bag. There are some big sweets in the bag. Well done today, Miss Proctor's Phonics group. See you again later.